Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all good. I am sorry it's been so long. I know nobody probably cared, but I'm just gonna apologize anyway. I have finally found a new respect for YouTubers because I dealt firsthand with technical difficulties. I've dealt with having to refilm in the past week and it's become so frustrating. So props to everybody that does this for a living because I don't think I'm equipped now. So I had filmed a video last week, or I think it was the week before that, I'm not quite sure, but it had gone okay, and when I was sitting down to edit it I realized that my neck was showing in a lot of places and I kept trying to play with it and kept trying to cut clips out to make it not noticeable, but I'm like, if I notice it, everybody else is gonna notice it, and obviously I wasn't comfortable with posting something like that on the internet. So obviously now I have to refilm, but I kind of got another idea of what I wanted to do. So I'm going to be filming something a little different today. In the last video I actually stated that I was gonna go into doing something more makeup related for my next video. So since I wasn't able to upload that, this is the video that I'm going with, and hopefully I will also refilm that video I had in mind. So today I was planning to do a first impressions of a foundation and just to show you guys the application, hence why I don't have any foundation on and I look the way I do. I just have eye makeup, which probably looks so weird, like so freaky and stuff, but I wanted to do the application here on camera with you guys, and this is a foundation that I haven't used before. It's something that that was recommended, not personally to me, it was recommended by another YouTuber. Her name is Stephanie Letta, and her YouTube name, or even her Instagram name, I think is SMLXO, and I've watched her for years. I really like her. She's so pretty and I always like the stuff she recommends. So the foundation I was going to do first impression on is this. It's the Covergirl Outlast 24-Hour Extreme Wear Foundation. I was looking for this for a while, but I wasn't able to find it in some stores and I was like, oh god, it's discontinued, but I found it yesterday at Walmart, so I'm so excited. The shade selection seemed okay, it's just that they were mostly all sold out, so I hope this is a match for me. I did try to look at swatches and stuff, but you can't really open drugstore makeup, especially now because of COVID. I wouldn't want to use something that's been open. So yeah, that's what I was gonna do today. I was gonna kind of show you guys my application of it on camera and then maybe do check-ins throughout the day to show you guys how it's gonna wear. And I do plan to film after this, so it'll kind of give me a test of how it'll last through filming and just day-to-day stuff. It is already late, so I got a late start on today. It's currently 5:16, so I think by the time I finish my makeup it'll be close to 6, so I won't have it on too long. But I don't actually have my makeup on 24 hours as the foundation claims, so I thought it would just be fun to try it today and then yeah, and do check-ins and stuff like that. And then yeah, it's currently really hot and I turned off my AC and now I am trying to refrain from turning it back on because I'm so hot right now. So let's just get started. I'll kind of do my face makeup here on camera, just a foundation, and then I'll go off camera and then do the rest, and then we'll come back and just talk about our first thoughts and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching in advance. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in a second. I'm just gonna apply the foundation how I normally would apply any foundation, and I'm gonna go with products I know work so that if there is something wrong I don't blame it on, like I'm giving the foundation a fair chance. So I'm gonna use base products that I already know and trust that are good. So we'll just do that on camera and then yeah, we can get started. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've made this claim before. Not a makeup artist, not even makeup talented at all, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I do, and yeah, you guys are here for the entertainment as much as I am, because this is gonna be interesting. So let's just get started. Also, I'm just gonna do a little story time while I start to do this. I actually was put on a what's it called, a acne medication, because lately, I think I'd mentioned this in the past, I've been dealing with really bad acne. Probably can't see it too bad on camera, but if I zoom in you would be. I'll show you guys, even though probably shouldn't, but I will. So it's still not as bad as it is in person, and this is something that just started like when I was 23 and I have no idea what caused it. So I've tried everything. I've spent so much money on treatments and stuff like that, and stuff would work for the moment and then it would just stop working and they would all come back. So I was finally put on this medication. It's actually like a benzoyl peroxide medication, and it dried my skin so much. I'm already dry, so just imagine how it looked. Like, I think the morning after I used it for the first time, I woke up and I almost started crying because I was like, what the heck happened to my face? Like, from here below it was like red and I looked like a crocodile, like I was peeling, and it was just not fun. But I do know generally with acne medications that there's a lot of purging and stuff like that involved. So basically, in order for it to get good, it's gonna get really bad at first. So that was really disheartening in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, but it's gotten better and my spots are like, they've all flattened, so they're not like super enlarged and gross like before. So it's gotten better. Also, to anybody that does deal with acne, please don't think that it's something that decreases like your worth or anything, because it took me a long time to come to terms with. This is absolutely normal, and I know it's hard because people generally like to point stuff like that. It's happened to me where people kind of pointed out like, what happened to your face? Please don't say that to anybody. Like, I've over time gotten used to those kind of comments, but generally, like, I don't think if it's something that's not in someone's control, please don't point it out in public. You know, just common courtesy. So sorry, I'm just gonna blend. Oh my god, my eyelash is coming off. Boy, told you guys, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so got busy talking. I'll just let you guys know what I used. I'm just putting on eye cream right now. Currently using the, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it LANEIGE? That's how I pronounce it. It's the eye gel, I believe. I really like eye creams because they make my concealer sit nicely. And for my face cream, I used the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. Okay, I should probably do this a little faster. I'm just gonna fix my eyelash first. Okay, sorry if you guys can hear the AC. I had to turn it on because I couldn't do it. Like, these lights are hot and it was not fun. So I just came back and fixed my eyelash. Probably gonna get ruined again. Anyways, next thing, after I do my skincare, generally I go in with a primer. And this is something I've got really recently, but I actually really like it. It's called the Glowy Makeup Serum by LANEIGE. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I really like this. So this is supposed to be a hydrating and long-lasting makeup. It's supposed to be hydrating and long-lasting and extend your makeup wear. So even though it's summer and I'm sweating, my face is still dry. So this is what I use. I know I like this with all my foundations. So I feel like if the foundation doesn't wear well with this, then I won't judge it on that, but you know, we'll see. So sorry guys, I'm looking at my mirror. I can't do this. I don't want to look in the viewfinder either, so I'm trying to too much. Okay, so we're gonna blend that in. But yeah, I was just talking about my acne and stuff. So I just want to say that, like, you know, if it's something you're dealing with, then please do not let it, you know, defy your worth in yourself. I know it's really hard because there's days I'd wake up and I would see how bad my face is and I'd feel uncomfortable to be in front of people because it's something they'd always point out. So it was hard at first, but I think I just have to tell myself that it's not in my control, and, like, you know, it's not going to be forever. Eventually it'll go away, hopefully. So yeah, that's what I've been telling myself. But, like, please don't let it make you think that it makes you less pretty or, like, less of a person, because it absolutely doesn't. Like, you know, it's hard, but yeah. So I'm glad that I saw a doctor for it, because I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Like, if I can get help getting it better, then of course I want to. But like I said, when I first got the treatment, when I used it for the first few days, my skin was like in a really bad place, and I got really worried because I have events coming up. I have, like, my sister's baby shower, I have a friend's wedding, and then an engagement, family member's engagement. So I was like, if my skin looks like this, I will legit I won't be able to go. So I was like, I hope it gets better. So thank God it's gotten better by now. And I'm still using it, so I'm hoping to see how that goes. Anyways, let's continue on with the actual point of this video. Next, I'm going to color correct. I generally color correct because I have really dark under eyes. See if I can zoom you guys in a little bit now that we're going to start. Okay. So my under eyes are generally like dark, and it is hereditary for the most part. And it does get better sometimes when I drink more water, but for the most part, this is honestly how they look. So I get the VASANTI, I use the VASANTI Liquid VO2 Liquid, what is it called, color correcting concealer. I really like this. I got it off Amazon. It's really good. If you're like around my skin tone shade or a little darker, this would work really well. So I had to learn how to use this because in the beginning I literally used this like a concealer and it was no bueno. I looked orange. So the purpose of this is to neutralize the tones of my under eye so that when I put concealer on them, the blue or the like brownish tones of my concealer don't poke through, because that generally happens. So I'm just going to blend this out with a Morphe brush. It's an E3. It's like faded, you can't even tell, but hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. So uh-oh. Oh Lord. Okay. I think this is what we'll have to do. Sorry guys, this is new to me. I haven't done any makeup stuff on camera properly, so it's hard for me to do this in a way while looking at the camera, so I'm trying. Okay, so now that that's blended in, and I just take the remainder of what's on my brush just over the spots. I don't put color corrector over them because you generally would use green, but honestly I've just learned to stop going overboard with covering them because at the end of the day it tends to look worse. So I just learned to tell myself that it's normal, and what are you gonna do? So next I'm just gonna use a setting spray. It's not a setting spray, it's like a mist I'm gonna use. It's the PIXI Makeup Fixing Mist. I'm just using this before so that my face is like a little damp. I like to apply my foundation onto like a setting spray, so yeah, I use setting spray a lot, so so I'm just gonna, okay. I never realized how hard it would be to put makeup on when you have a scarf on, but like, okay, so now we're actually gonna get into the foundation. So I'm gonna try to get a little closer so you guys can see. Okay, so now we're actually gonna get into the application. So like I said, this is the Covergirl Outlast Extreme Wear 3-in-1 foundation, and it claims to be full coverage and 24-hour wear. The shade I got is 842 Medium Beige. I really hope this is my shade. If not, then I can always, you know, fix it with concealer and stuff. Generally, no foundations correctly match me because I'm like 40 shades of, I don't know, my skin tones like goes around at all different kind of shades. So I'm just using a little mixing palette I have here. It's not even a mixing palette, but I use it as a mixing palette, so I'm just gonna use, oh, okay, so I don't know if this needs to be shaken, but okay, I put one pump. Let's just see how far one pump goes. I'm gonna use a beauty blender, and let's just see how this goes. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see. Try to zoom you in a little bit more. Okay. Okay, the shade's actually not a bad match, not gonna lie. It's actually a decent match. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. It's actually not a bad match. So that's just one pump, and I think I probably could use another pump just for the other side of my face, and then, sorry, and then maybe, let me see, I didn't put any on my forehead. I don't think I have enough here, but this, so far it's just on my nose and my chin area. So let's see if you guys can see the difference. I think the shade mat's actually really good, not gonna lie. So So I'm gonna go ahead and do another pump of this, just for the other half of my face, and then I'll make it work with my forehead as well. So, okay, this is not gonna do for me. This is so difficult to do with the scarf on. Like, I'm either gonna get it on my scarf or my baby hairs are showing. So cool. Okay, so I think that like 2 pumps is actually, I didn't even use a full pump actually on this side. I used like half. So I think 1.5 pumps is pretty good for my whole face. That's what I'm seeing so far, at least. Let me just see if I blended this correctly before I show you guys. Let me just see. Yes, it looks good. Okay. So since I've been using my acne medication, I still can see that I have a little dryness still on my like chin, below my chin area, but it's nothing close to what it was before. So I am not going to be bothered by it. It's okay. Okay, yeah. So that's the foundation. That's the foundation. I'm just going to zoom you guys in and just show you everything. And then I'll just gather my first thoughts. So I just applied the foundation. Oh Lord, help me. Okay, so I just finished applying the foundation and I had to check to see if I had evenly blended it because I couldn't look into my mirror at all times, just trying to show you guys. So I'm just going to zoom in just to show you what one layer looks like. I didn't build it up, I used just one layer, and I think that's what I'm going to stick to because I do put concealers and powders over this. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in and see if I can show you. So this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure this can be builded up. I just don't know if I don't typically build my foundations, but I do think this is a good match. I can try building it up. I just feel like I'm scared it'll go cakey. But I think just the foundation on its own, I think it did pretty good. Like, pretty good coverage wise, not gonna lie. So, I'm gonna finish and go do the rest of my the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will come back at the end looking way more presentable than I do now, and then we'll just do a little more summarizing my thoughts as I did my makeup, and then we will continue with check-ins throughout the day. So I'll see you guys in 5 seconds to you, 40 minutes for me. And just like that, I am now what you consider a catfish. So I just finished my makeup, and I have to say, first impression wise, this is really nice. It's definitely medium to full coverage. I do like the way it looks on my skin. I think other products that I normally use worked well and everything kind of melted together. Although there's one step I just didn't do just because I wanted to see the wear of this foundation. I'm kind of debating if I should use that because I use that with every foundation that I own, regardless of its claims to be like long wear or not. And it is I have it here. It's literally hidden because I only use it for like if I want it to really stay. So if you guys are looking for good setting spray, this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray, this is the most long-lasting thing I have ever seen used. I'm not even kidding. Like, this kept makeup on under masks. This keeps makeup on when you sweat. Like, it's so good. I don't use it as much because, you know, it's not cheap, and also like day to day I don't need something to last like all night. Like, where am I going? Even today I don't need it to, but just because it's hot outside and I think I want to go outside and go sit by the water by myself. And I don't know why I said by myself. It just sounds like I have no friends now. So excuse me, I just had a mental breakdown. Like, I don't know what the heck, why I said that. But anyways, so far I do really like this foundation. I'm currently sweating because the AC is off again, just so you guys could hear me through the like wrap up of this segment of the video. But I do really like it. I do think that it runs more on the natural to matte finish as opposed to satin to like glowy. I by no means thought this was going to be a glowy foundation, but if you see me like glowing in some places, it is mostly highlighter and sweat for the most part. But like below my chin where I get dry, it looks pretty dry. I'm gonna zoom in. I do still see, let me see, I do still see some blemishes poking through, like one here and here, and this is because I literally popped these on my own. You're not supposed to do that, but I think you can still see my skin under it, which I definitely don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me, so yeah. But I am going to see how this wears throughout the day. I'm just about to wrap this video up and then go film another video that should probably be on a few days apart from this one. So I hope you guys also check that out. I will list that here somewhere if I know how to do it. But for now, I guess we can wrap up and I'll check in with you guys in a bit or later throughout the day. Okay guys, I'm just doing a little check-in. Am I in focus? So I just finished filming another video and I just wanted to do a little check-in to show you guys how everything is looking after, I think it's been well over an hour. So I'm just gonna do a little close-up and see if you guys can see. So that's how it looks so far. I'm just gonna do a little check it out myself here. Let me see. I think it still looks really nice. The finish has stayed the same for the most part. I so far really like it, and I think it's great because it's an inexpensive foundation, being that it's Covergirl, and I never liked Covergirl foundations in the past. Like, I just thought they were like okay and mediocre, but this is really good, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll hopefully do another check-in, maybe one or two more before this comes off at the end of the day. So I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, so it's currently 8:54, it's almost 9 o'clock and the lighting is awful. I was going to do a check-in before, but I was driving and I think I lost my voice because I literally was throwing a concert for myself in the car. But anyways, I wanted to do a little check-in. I think I'm gonna do one more after this, like right before I wash it off, and then we'll see. So I'll do a little zoom. There, I'm literally parked, so this is weird if people pass by and look at me, but let me just do a quick look through. Let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, so far I think it looks pretty good. It hasn't settled into like my laugh lines, which is good. This is like a worst angle. Oop, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, but yeah, it hasn't settled into my lines. My mascara looks awful. I mean, my lashes, but that's not the foundation's fault. But I think it actually stayed on pretty nice. It looks okay. It looks pretty good. I do like it more as the days going by, because at first I felt like it was probably leaning a little more towards being like a natural finish, and maybe I was scared it would make me dry. But I think the longer it's sitting on my face, the nicer it's looking. So yeah, so far so good. I haven't found anything wrong with this foundation, to be honest, yet. Besides the fact that, like, I think like the shade range could be better, but surprisingly I found mine. So yeah, I think it would probably require mixing, which hopefully is not a problem if it's from the drugstore. I mean, like, it would be annoying to mix a $60 foundation with another $60 foundation, but so far so good. So I'll do one more checkup after this. My arm is gonna break, so I'm just gonna go and eat my burger now. Bye. Hi guys, so this is my final excuse me, this is my final check-in. It is now 12:03, so I think I've had this makeup on. I think I had it on at 5:16 when we checked for the first time after application. So it has been over 6 hours by now. I want to do a little quick look in the mirror. So it still hasn't, it's set, oh, not really, it's set a very tiny bit in my smile lines, but it still looks okay. It would need like powdering, which is rare for me because I'm super dry. I'll just do the last zoom in just to check. Okay. So, final thoughts. I think this is actually a really good foundation. Like, it's good to know now that, like, if you're looking for full coverage, you can find it at the drugstore. So I'm actually pleased. I think it's really good. It stayed on pretty nice. I think it's just my natural like oil seeping through because it got super hot and I wasn't around AC for a few hours, so overall I think it looks really good. I liked the shade match. I think it matched me really well, so I'm kind of impressed that I picked such an accurate shade match. The price point was good. I got it for $12 at Walmart. And yeah, I think it's actually a really good foundation. I think if you're oily, you'd probably like it more. Maybe like with powder and stuff like that, you can make it look really nice. But I think it looks super good. I'll definitely keep trying it. And yeah, those are my final thoughts, and that was my first impressions done and over with. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know if there's any particular videos you want to see, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!